This is Features Gaming.
Yo guys, Features Gaming here and welcome back to another revision thing, series, whatever I'm doing, because I'm actually recording this one straight after I've recorded the last one, so I haven't really came up with a series name, and this is the second one out of the 9 summaries that you are going to need to do, and this one is called Regulatory Bodies. So overall there are 5 regulatory bodies in media. So there is the BBFC, ASA, and the one that you've probably all heard of, PEGI, and then there's also IPSO and Ofcom. So the 2 main ones I think are BBFC and PEGI. So the BBFC stands for British Board of Film Classification, and PEGI stands for Pan-European Game Information. As I said, the other 3 are ASA, which stands for Advertising Standards Authority, IPSO, which is Independent Press Standards Association, and Ofcom, which is Office of Communications. So again, if you're going to make a summary sheet like I have got right now, you probably want to put in the logos of each one, so you can either just take a screen grab of this or go ahead and find your own. So we're going to go through what are their key roles, and that should be it. So the BBFC are responsible for rating films in the UK to the ratings that they should be. So if you're watching a film, let's say 12, that is being given a 12 rated film from the BBFC. It's the same with U, PG, 12A, 12, 18, all of that stuff. That's what the BBFC have rated them films. So you may get a question in your exam like, what are the key roles of ASA, let's say for example, and then you would have to then you would probably say one of these, produces an advertising code of conduct, deals with complaints about adverts, or probably it sets out code like adverts should not be misled, they should not be harmful or offensive, they should be age controlled for certain adverts, and not make false claims, and must abide by certain rules when it comes to politics or religion. So the key roles for PEGI, which is the Pan-European Game Information, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with. So their key roles is to provide ratings and content descriptors on games. So the BBFC is responsible for rating moving image products, but PEGI are only responsible for rating games. So basically, this game right here, NHL 15, sorry, you would see there it's got 12, and that was rated 12 by PEGI. And then if you come on the back, you can see that there are some other things, and they've been given by the BBFC. So in this game, there is violence and online as well. So that's been rated by the BBFC. So pretty cool example. So the black things that on the back provide what is in the game. So it's not specifically targeted for people 12 rated. It just helps the parent decide if they should get it, should get it for people under a certain age, because I'm pretty sure a game with swearing in it could be the 12 rated, but for a parent who doesn't really mind their kids listening to swearing or something like that, then they could buy a 12 rated thing that has swearing in it for their kid. And if it's just swearing, then obviously, but for something if there's sex in it or something like that, then they would obviously not buy it for the younger generation. Same with drugs and violence and stuff like that, then they would not be suitable for the younger generation. So I'm not saying if you see a 12 rated game like this, I'm not saying if you're 7 and you like violence, I'm not saying go out and get the game. Talk to your parents before, and then you can decide if you should have it or not. And from what I was saying about helping parents choose if it's right for their kids, if they don't mind swearing, then they can buy it for their kid, you might get asked a question similar to that in the exam. So then you could say well, if there's a game that has swearing in it and it is rated 12, and a kid who's 8 wants to buy it, and their parents don't mind swearing, then obviously they could buy the game for that 8-year-old kid. So that's an answer you could take into the exam. You're free to use it, but then you also come up with another one otherwise, because you might not pass the exam with my help because So yeah, just be aware that you might get asked a question like that, because actually on my mock exam, I actually got asked a question like that, and I think I got 2 marks from that when we reviewed it the next week. So yeah, I think I did good. So the key roles for IPSO, which is the Independent Press Standards Association, is that they actually, I think I'm going to have to read close to this. So the key roles is that they regulate newspapers and magazines, so like journalism, so like they regulate journals, basically. They investigate complaints about printed and online material. They can find publishers, so like if obviously publishers in the publishing sector, so like if something was like not for like a younger generation, if like the target is, so like if the target audience for this for like a specific newspaper was targeted for the younger generation, and then like contains something like sex in it, then they can fine that company, I think, for that, or they can just take it down, I think. But I think that's more what Ofcom do, I think. Yeah, I think Ofcom regulate that actually, but IPSO can fine that publisher. The key roles are also an editor's code, and an example of this is all information must be accurate, so not misleading, just like ASA. Journalists should be respectful, should respect privacy, and not harass. They should protect children and should not discriminate. And finally, the key roles for Ofcom is that they oversee television, radio in the UK, and I think they actually have like the ability to like literally cut the line of any TV show. So like say if Piers Morgan was having an argument on TV, like on Good Morning Britain, and then they just got like into a massive fight, and then it became physical, then Ofcom could just literally pull a plug, and then the whole show will go down. Ofcom also regulate phone, broadband and mobile services. And the regulations for them is that they protect children, they promote fairness and equality, stops offence or harmful content, and regulates accuracy. So I hope that I've explained this in a way where it can be understanding. I'll try and break it down if you need me to. So if you just leave a comment trying to like say, can you break it down a bit more for me? I will try my absolute best to try and break this down for you. So if you want to, then comment and I will reply to you. But anyway, if this did help you out and if you enjoyed it, then leave a like and that'd be awesome, and thank you very much. Also make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos. So go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, take care and peace out.